Imaging finding a rare coin so rare it could pay off your house today, we're diving into 10 of the most valuable U.S. coins ever found. Real coins worth hundreds and even millions of dollars or more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next rare find. Let's start this.
What if I told you that the next time you reach into your pocket, the small copper coin sliding between your fingers could be worth far more than 1 cent? What if a simple glance at the date and mint mark could unlock a hidden opportunity sitting quietly in your change jar right now? Today, we are diving deep into the 2017 D Mint Mark Lincoln Cent, struck at the legendary Denver Mint, and why certain rare errors from this modern issue are commanding serious attention in today's collector market. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may never look at pocket change the same way again. That we live in a world where people scroll past opportunity every single day. They toss coins into jars, leave them in cup holders, hand them to cashiers without a second thought. But history has shown, time and again, that rare coins don't announce themselves. They hide in plain sight. They whisper, not shout. And the 2017 D Lincoln Cent is no exception. Let's begin with the story behind this coin. The Lincoln Cent has been an American icon since 1909, first honoring President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Over a century later, in 2017, millions of pennies were struck for circulation. On the surface, they appear ordinary. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of Lincoln. On the reverse, the Union Shield design introduced in 2010. The D Mint mark beneath the date tells us it was produced in Denver. Now here's the question you need to ask yourself. If millions were made, how can any of them be worth big money? The answer lies in errors. Coin errors are not planned. They are not intentional. They are mechanical mistakes during the minting process. And in the world of numismatics, mistakes can mean money. Serious money. Because collectors crave the unusual. They seek the rare. They pay premiums for coins that stand apart from the billions of perfect, ordinary examples. Imagine a 2017 D Lincoln Cent with a dramatic double die error. Letters in God we trust, appearing thick and shadowed. The date slightly doubled. The mint mark showing separation. To the untrained eye, it may look like a blurry strike. But to a collector, it looks like opportunity. Have you checked your 2017 pennies under magnification? Have you tilted them under a bright light? Or are they still sitting ignored in a jar somewhere in your house? Let's talk about some of the most exciting error types that have surfaced on modern Lincoln Cents, like the 2017 D. First, double dies. This happens when the die itself receives a misaligned impression during creation. Every coin struck from that die carries the doubling. That means you're not looking at damage. You're looking at a mint-made variety. And collectors love varieties. Second, off-center strikes. Imagine the blank planchet slightly misaligned when struck. The design shifts. Part of the coin is blank. If the date and mint mark remain visible, the value can rise significantly. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more dramatic the demand. Third, die cracks and cut errors. When a die begins to fail, raised lines or blobs of metal appear on the coin. These are not scratches. They are minting flaws frozen in metal. Fourth, clipped planchets. A curved bite missing from the coin's edge. Instantly recognizable. Instantly collectible. Now here is where excitement builds. While most 2017 D pennies are worth face value, high-grade error examples certified by respected grading services have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on severity, eye appeal, and rarity. In today's market, strong modern error coins in pristine condition can command four-figure prices. The maximum dollar value depends on the specific error and grade, but dramatic certified examples have reached into the thousands at auction. Let me ask you something directly. If someone handed you $1,000 for a penny you found in pocket change, would that change how you view every coin from now on? This is not fantasy. This is the power of information. Act 1 of our journey is awareness. Awareness that opportunity exists. Awareness that coins are not just currency. They are miniature historical artifacts. They are collectibles. They are assets, but awareness alone is not enough. Act 2 is action. How do you identify whether your 2017 VDB Lincoln Cent is special? Start with condition. Look for coins that appear uncirculated. Sharp details. No heavy scratches. Bright luster. Modern coins in pristine mint state condition can already carry a premium over face value, especially if graded MS67 or higher. Next, use magnification. A simple 10x loop can reveal doubling, die chips, or unusual features invisible to the naked eye. Compare your coin to verified examples online. Study photographs from reputable auction houses, and here's a pattern interrupt for you. When was the last time you examined a penny more carefully than you examine your phone screen? Interesting, isn't it? We upgrade phones every year, yet ignore coins that could quietly upgrade our financial future. Now let's address the questions I know are forming in your mind: how to sell old rare coins, how to sell coins safely in the United States, how to make money from coins without being taken advantage of, from pocket change to millions. Is it really possible? How to sell old and rare coins in USA and know their value in an auction shop. First, knowledge protects you. Before selling anything, research completed auction sales. Not asking prices. Not online listings that sit unsold. Completed sales. That is real market value. Second, consider professional grading. Third-party grading services authenticate and assign condition grades. A certified coin commands stronger confidence in the marketplace. Confidence drives bidding. Bidding drives price. Third, choose your selling platform wisely. Reputable auction houses specializing in coins attract serious collectors. Online auction platforms can also generate competitive bidding if your coin is properly described and photographed. Local coin shops may offer immediate cash, which is appealing, but always compare offers. A rare error coin deserves exposure to a broad audience. Now here is where urgency enters the story. The modern error coin market is highly demand-driven. Collectors are actively searching for fresh discoveries. When a new variety is recognized, early sellers often benefit from peak excitement. Waiting too long without understanding the market could mean missing momentum, but do not rush blindly. Act strategically. Imagine discovering a dramatic double-die 2017 VDB Cent. You verify it. You submit it for grading. It returns in a high mint state grade with error designation. Suddenly, you are not holding 1 cent. You are holding a conversation piece. A listing that sparks bidding wars. A small metal disc that symbolizes attention to detail. Fear keeps many people from checking their coins. Fear of disappointment. Fear that it's probably nothing. But what if that fear is the only thing standing between you and an extraordinary find? Let's connect this to a bigger picture. Every wealthy collector, every successful coin dealer, started with curiosity. They started by looking closer. They started by asking questions: how to make money from coins. You make money by spotting value before others do. You make money by understanding grading. You make money by recognizing demand. You make money by presenting your coin professionally. And you make money by believing that opportunity can exist in small places. Act 3 of our story is transformation. We're talking about the United States of America 2000 no mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny. A coin so ordinary at first glance, yet under the right conditions, with the right characteristics, it can turn into a serious payday debt if you are between 30 and 65 years old. If you've ever rolled coins at the kitchen table, searched through jars in the garage, or wondered whether everyday change could secretly fund your next big move in life, this is for you. Let's begin with the coin itself. The 2000 Lincoln Cent features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's calm, dignified profile faces right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 2000 to the right. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, the classic design used from 1959 to 2008. If you look closely, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. That level of detail is one of the reasons this series remains beloved by collectors. Now here's where it gets interesting. When we say, no mint mark, on a 2000 Lincoln penny, we are referring to coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In the year 2000, Philadelphia pennies did not carry a P mint mark. So if your coin has no letter under the date, it was made in Philadelphia. Millions and millions of these were produced. In fact, the mintage exceeded 5 billion coins. That sounds like bad news, right? After all, how can something so common be valuable? Here's the truth most people miss: value in coins is not just about how many were made. It's about condition. It's about errors. It's about rarity within condition grades. And it's about demand from serious collectors. Most 2000 no-mint mark pennies you'll find in circulation are worth exactly 1 cent. Some in uncirculated condition may sell for a few dollars. But the story doesn't end there. The real money lies in two powerful categories: pristine high-grade examples and dramatic mint errors. Let's talk about condition first. In coin grading, the difference between average and exceptional can mean thousands of dollars. A coin graded MS-60 might be common. But a coin graded MS-68 or higher, especially with blazing red original mint luster, becomes a different story entirely. Why? Because very few coins survive in flawless condition. Even brand new coins get tossed into bags, shipped, rolled, and scratched. Tiny contact marks, faint hairlines, or dull luster can knock a coin down several grade levels, but imagine a 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln Cent preserved perfectly from the day it left the mint. No wear. No spots. Sharp strike. Full red color. Certified by a top grading service. That's when collectors start competing. Registry set collectors, those building the finest possible graded sets, are willing to pay serious money for the best known examples. When population reports show only a handful at the highest grade, the price can climb dramatically. Now let's talk about mint errors, because this is where excitement truly explodes. The year 2000 was part of the transitional era of high-speed minting. Billions of coins were struck quickly. And whenever coins are produced at that scale, mistakes happen. Some of the most valuable errors found on 2000 no-mint mark pennies include: doubled dies off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks and cuts, wrong planchet error, struck through errors. A double die error occurs when the design is impressed twice slightly offset, creating visible doubling in the lettering or date. Strong, dramatic doubling, especially visible to the naked eye, can bring significant premiums. Off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and part of the coin is blank, are highly collectible if the date remains visible. The more dramatic the shift while still showing the full date, the more desirable the coin becomes. Wrong planchet errors are even more dramatic. Imagine a Lincoln Cent struck on a dime planchet or another foreign coin blank. The size and weight would be different, instantly attracting attention. These types of mint mistakes are rare and can command astonishing prices. Then there are die cracks and cuts, raised lines or blobs caused by broken dies. Some collectors specialize in these varieties, hunting for unique patterns and unusual shapes. But here is the most important lesson: most people overlook these coins, they spend them without looking. They toss them in jars. They ignore the details, and that is where opportunity lives. If you are serious about finding value, start by examining every 2000 penny you encounter. Use a magnifying glass. Check for sharp detail in Lincoln's hair. Look for unusual thickness in letters. Examine the rim. Rotate the coin slowly under bright light. Condition matters. Luster matters. Eye appeal matters. If you believe you found something exceptional, do not clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value. Even a gentle wipe can leave microscopic scratches that grading companies detect immediately. Instead, place the coin in a protective holder and consider submitting it to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Authentication and grading add credibility, and credibility attracts serious buyers. Now let's talk about market psychology. Why would someone pay a large sum for a modern penny? Because collectors are competitive. Because registry sets drive demand. Because population reports create scarcity. Because perfection is rare, even among billions. Modern coins in ultra-high grades often surprise people. While older coins are historically important, modern coins in top condition can be harder to find than you think. Survival rate in pristine condition is incredibly low, and when only a few exist at the highest certified grade, bidding wars can erupt. The coin market is also fueled by emotion. Nostalgia plays a powerful role. Many collectors remember the year 2000, the dawn of a new millennium. Y2K fears. A sense of entering a new era. Coins from that year carry symbolic significance, combine symbolism, rarity in condition, and competitive collecting, and you have a formula for explosive price potential that if you are building wealth through coin collecting, remember this: knowledge is your advantage, patience is your weapon, attention to detail is your edge. You do not need to be a millionaire to start. You simply need to be observant. Search bank rolls. Ask family members for old coin jars. Check estate sales. Visit local coin shops. Many valuable coins are discovered by ordinary people who simply took the time to look. The 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln Cent teaches us something powerful. Value is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides in the most ordinary places. 1 cent can remain 1 cent forever, or it can become something extraordinary under the right circumstances, and when a top condition example or extraordinary mint error reaches the auction stage, the results can shock even experienced collectors. There have been rare high-grade or spectacular error examples of this issue that achieved remarkable auction records, proving once again that modern pennies should never be underestimated. Imagine pulling a coin from circulation, something others ignored, and discovering it could fund travel, pay off debt, or strengthen your investment portfolio. That is not fantasy. That is the reality of informed collecting, but success requires discipline. Learn grading standards. Study auction archives. Compare certified population reports. Understand what separates average from elite, and most importantly, take action. The difference between those who profit and those who don't is simple: one group looks closely, the other does not. Because we are talking about the United States of America 2007 mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, a modern coin that most people ignore, yet under the right circumstances, it can become a treasure hiding in plain sight. This is not an ancient gold coin, this is not a 100-year-old silver rarity, this is a penny from your lifetime, and that's exactly why you must pay attention. The 2007 Lincoln Cent was struck at the legendary United States Mint, specifically at its Denver facility, which is identified by the small but powerful D mint mark beneath the date. That tiny letter tells you this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, a branch known for producing billions of coins each year. At first glance, the 2007 penny looks ordinary. On the obverse, you see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has graced the cent since 1909. The designer, Victor David Brenner, created one of the most recognizable coin portraits in American history. Lincoln faces right, calm and dignified. Above his head is the word liberty. To the right is "In God We Trust." Below is the date, 2007, and just beneath it, the D mint mark. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial design, a tribute to the iconic Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This reverse design, introduced in 1959, was created by Frank Gasparo and remained in use until 2008. Now here's where things get interesting: the 2007 penny was struck in massive numbers. Billions were produced. In ordinary circulated condition, it's worth exactly 1 cent. But coin collectors do not get excited about ordinary coins. They get excited about condition, and they get excited about errors, and this is where opportunity lives. First, let's talk about condition. A coin fresh from the mint has sharp details, blazing luster, and no wear. Over time, as coins move through pockets, cash registers, and coin jars, they lose their brilliance. Tiny scratches, dull surfaces, and flattened high points reduce their grade, and dramatically reduce their value. But if a 2007 penny was pulled from circulation early, or saved in a roll, or preserved in pristine condition, it can achieve what collectors call mint state. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification and assign a numeric grade from 1 to 70. The closer a coin gets to 70, the closer it is to absolute perfection. Now imagine this: out of billions struck, only a microscopic fraction survive in near-perfect condition. We are talking about coins with razor-sharp detail, booming red luster, no contact marks, no spots, and flawless surfaces. These are not coins you casually find in pocket change, but they can still be discovered in old bank rolls, estate collections, or forgotten savings. And then there are errors. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during production. A misaligned die. A double strike. A planchet defect. A die crack. An off-center strike. These are not damages caused after circulation, they are manufacturing mistakes that escaped quality control. Collectors love mistakes, when they are genuine mint errors. For the 2007 VDB Lincoln Cent, several types of collectible errors have been reported: double die obverse, where parts of the lettering or date show visible doubling under magnification. Off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the coin; broad strikes, where the coin expands outward due to collar malfunction; die cracks and cuts, which create raised lines or blobs of metal; clipped planchets, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to a cutting error. Most 2007 pennies are ordinary. But a rare, dramatic error in high grade can transform a 1-cent coin into a 3-figure or even 4-figure collectible. And here's something powerful to understand: modern coins like the 2007 penny are often overlooked because they are too new. That mindset creates opportunity. Many people do not check them carefully. Many cash them in without inspection. Many never imagine that something from 2007 could carry serious value, but condition rarity is real. When collectors compete for the finest known examples, especially those certified at the very top of the grading scale, prices can climb dramatically. Registry collectors, who compete to assemble the highest graded sets, will pay strong premiums for coins that rank at the top population levels. That's how modern coins surprise the market. Let's talk strategy. If you want to search for valuable 2007 pennies, start with uncirculated rolls from banks or coin dealers. Look for coins with blazing red surfaces. Collectors call these RD for red designation. Avoid coins with brown toning or heavy spots. If your goal is maximum value, use magnification, at least 5x to 10x, to examine the date for doubling the word liberty in God we trust. The mint mark, the Lincoln Memorial details the steps of the memorial. The columns and roof line sharpness matters. Surface quality matters. Eye appeal matters. If you suspect you have something exceptional, especially a dramatic error or near-perfect coin, consider professional grading. Authentication protects you from buyer skepticism. Certification builds trust. And trust drives higher selling prices. Now let's address reality. The average circulated 2007 penny is worth face value. Even most uncirculated examples are worth only a small premium, but the coin market does not reward average. It rewards rare. It rewards exceptional condition. It rewards genuine mint mistakes. That is the difference between pocket change and collector demand. And here is the deeper lesson for you, especially if you are between 30 and 65 years old and serious about turning knowledge into wealth. Opportunity does not always scream. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it hides inside everyday objects, sometimes it sits quietly in a jar on your dresser. The people who build wealth in collectibles are not gamblers. They are observers. They are students. They are patient. They understand supply, demand, grading, and rarity. If you begin checking your coins carefully, if you educate yourself, if you learn to recognize true mint errors versus damage, you put yourself ahead of millions of people who never look twice. The 2007 VDB Lincoln Cent teaches an important principle: never underestimate modern coinage. Every year, collectors are surprised by record-setting prices for coins once thought too common to matter. When population reports reveal that only a handful of coins achieved the highest possible grades, competition ignites, and when competition ignites, prices rise. Imagine opening an old roll of 2007 pennies, imagine spotting blazing red luster, imagine seeing razor-sharp steps on the memorial, imagine discovering a clear double die, imagine submitting it for grading. Imagine seeing it come back at the very top tier. That is how stories begin, not with luck, with awareness. Check your change, check your jars, check your inherited coin boxes, check old bank rolls stored in drawers. Modern coins are still being discovered in exceptional condition because most people simply do not care enough to look. You are different. You are here because you are curious about value. You are here because you understand that knowledge can transform ordinary objects into financial opportunity. The 2007 VDB Lincoln Cent may look small. It may feel insignificant. It may seem too recent to matter, but under the right conditions, preserved in nearly flawless mint state or struck with a dramatic, verified mint error, it can command astonishing attention in the marketplace. And when the stars align, when condition meets rarity, when collector demand meets limited population, A single 2007 D Mint Mark Lincoln cent penny has reached a market value as high as $76,735.1. Transformed. So the next time you see a penny dated 2007 with a small d beneath the year, don't dismiss it. We are diving deep into a modern coin that most Americans have seen, spent, or ignored without a second thought, the 2015 No Mint Mark Lincoln cent penny. This is not a coin from the 1800s. It is not ancient. It is not made of silver or gold. It is a modern American cent. And yet, under the right conditions, with the right characteristics, and in the right grade, it can become an extraordinary opportunity. The 2015 Lincoln Cent belongs to the long-running Lincoln Cent series that began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, the Lincoln penny has become one of the most recognized coins in American history. For over a century, it has represented resilience, history, and everyday commerce. By 2015, the reverse design of the Lincoln Cent featured the Union Shield, a powerful symbol of national unity introduced in 2010. The coin still carries Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, originally designed by Victor David Brenner. The words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 2015 appear on the front. On the reverse, you see the bold Union Shield with "E Pluribus Unum" across a banner. Now let's focus on something extremely important, the no mint mark. When you see a 2015 penny without a mint mark, it means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike Denver coins, which carry a D, and San Francisco coins, which often carry an S, Philadelphia cents traditionally have no mint mark. So at first glance, a 2015 penny with no mint mark might seem completely ordinary, and that is exactly why so many valuable coins are overlooked. Millions upon millions of 2015 Lincoln cents were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Most of them are worth exactly 1 cent. But coin collecting is not about the average coin. It is about condition, rarity within condition, and most importantly, errors. Modern coins can be incredibly valuable if they exhibit significant mint errors. In 2015 no mint mark Lincoln cents, collectors look for dramatic off-center strikes, double die errors, broad strikes, clipped planchets, wrong planchet strikes, and strong die breaks. One of the most exciting possibilities is a double die error. This happens during the die creation process, not during the strike itself. If the die receives multiple impressions that are slightly misaligned, every coin struck from that die will show doubling in certain areas, often visible in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. Strong, dramatic doubling can transform a 1-cent coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Another category that commands attention is coins struck in exceptional condition. In the modern era, condition is everything. A 2015 no mint mark penny graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services such as Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company can be worth far more than face value. Why does condition matter so much? Because modern coins are produced in enormous quantities, but very few survive in flawless condition. Even brand new rolls can contain contact marks, scratches, weak strikes, or minor imperfections. A true gem specimen, perfectly struck, fully read, free from distractions, becomes rare in the highest grades. When collectors compete for the finest known examples, auction prices can rise dramatically. Modern registry set collectors are especially aggressive when chasing top population coins. They want the best of the best. Now imagine this scenario. You sort through bank rolls. You search through pocket change. You check jars that have been sitting untouched for years. You find a 2015 no mint mark penny that looks unusually sharp. The surfaces are clean. The strike is crisp. The color is vibrant red. Under magnification, you notice something unusual, perhaps clear doubling on the lettering or a dramatic off-center strike. This is the moment opportunity appears. Before you rush to sell, you must verify. Authentication and grading are critical. Never assume value without confirmation. A certified example carries trust in the marketplace. When collectors see a PCGS or NGC holder, they know the coin has been examined, authenticated, and graded according to strict standards. Let's talk about error examples that can command strong premiums. Off-center strikes are visually dramatic. If a 2015 penny is struck 10%, 20%, or even 50% off-center while still showing a full date, collectors take notice. The more dramatic and balanced the error, the higher the demand. Broad strikes occur when the retaining collar fails, causing the coin to expand beyond its normal diameter. These are collectible and highly desirable when well preserved. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the metal blank is missing before striking, create curved or straight clips on the edge. These are genuine mint errors and are collected widely. Then there are wrong planchet errors. Imagine a 2015 Lincoln Cent struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. That kind of error is extremely rare and electrifies the market, but even without a spectacular error, condition rarity alone can drive serious value. Most 2015 cents were heavily circulated. They show wear, discoloration, and damage. But a pristine coin that has never entered circulation, that has been carefully preserved, and that achieves a near-perfect grade, that is where the serious money lies. The coin market rewards knowledge. It rewards patience. And it rewards those willing to look where others do not. Many people assume only old coins are valuable. That is simply not true. Modern coins in elite condition or with significant errors can outperform older coins in lower grades. The key is understanding the market and recognizing what makes a coin exceptional. That if you are serious about turning pocket change into profit, you must train your eye. Use magnification. Learn the difference between machine doubling and true double die. Understand how luster flows across the surface of an uncirculated coin. Study auction archives. Watch how prices move. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may be common in general, but extraordinary examples are not common at all, and here is something important for every collector between the ages of 30 and 65 who dreams of financial freedom through coins. The opportunity is still alive. These coins are not locked away in museums. They are still circulating. They are still sitting in jars. They are still hiding in plain sight. Every great collection begins with awareness. The difference between someone who spends a rare coin and someone who sells it for thousands is knowledge. One person sees 1 cent. Another sees strike quality, surface preservation, color designation, and grading potential. This is why education is your most powerful investment. That if you believe coin collecting is just a hobby, think again. For many Americans, it has become a serious side business. Some began with roll hunting. Some started with inherited collections. Others simply became curious and decided to look closer, and sometimes, that curiosity pays off in ways that change lives. Imagine discovering that a coin you pulled from circulation, a simple 2015 penny with no mint mark, possesses a rare, dramatic error combined with elite condition. Imagine having it authenticated. Imagine watching competitive bidders fight for it at auction. The coin market thrives on rarity, demand, and certified quality. When those elements align, values can rise far beyond expectations. But remember this: not every 2015 penny is valuable. Most are worth face value. Your job is to separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Here is a simple action plan. First, search. Go through bank rolls and loose change. Second, inspect carefully under magnification and proper lighting. Third, compare your coin to verified error examples. Fourth, if you believe you have something special, submit it to a reputable grading service. Fifth, research auction results and choose your selling platform wisely. Knowledge removes guesswork. Certification builds confidence. Patience maximizes profit. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny represents something powerful: the idea that wealth can hide in everyday places. That opportunity does not always look glamorous. That sometimes the smallest object can carry surprising potential. We are diving deep into a modern coin that many Americans overlook every single day: the 2019 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny from the United States of America. At first glance, it looks ordinary. It feels ordinary. It spends like ordinary money. But hidden in plain sight, certain examples of this coin have captured the attention of collectors and investors across the country. This is not just a story about 1 cent. This is a story about awareness, opportunity, and the power of knowledge. The 2019 Lincoln Cent continues the long-running legacy of the iconic Abraham Lincoln portrait that has appeared on the penny since 1909. The obverse features Lincoln's dignified profile, designed by Victor David Brenner over a century ago. Above his head, the word Liberty stands proud. To the right, the year 2019 is clearly struck. And in some cases, beneath that year, there is something extremely important, or in this case, something missing. No mint mark. When you see a 2019 penny without a mint mark, it means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia facility, part of the historic United States Mint, traditionally does not place a mint mark on Lincoln cents intended for circulation. Billions of these coins were produced in 2019. So why would one of them be worth serious money? Because in the world of coin collecting, rarity is not just about how many were made. It is about condition. It is about errors. It is about unusual characteristics that set one coin apart from the millions or even billions like it. The reverse of the 2019 penny features the Union Shield design, introduced in 2010. The shield represents Lincoln's preservation of the Union. The bold 1 cent and United States of America inscriptions surround the design, along with the motto E pluribus unum. While this design is common, subtle variations and minting anomalies can transform a simple coin into a collector's treasure. Let us talk about what truly drives value in a 2019 no mint mark penny. First, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state 70. Most pennies you find in your pocket change fall into circulated grades, meaning they have wear, scratches, and dull surfaces. These are generally worth face value. However, if you discover a 2019 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially one graded MS67 or higher, the value can rise dramatically. Professional grading companies carefully examine the coin's luster, strike sharpness, surface preservation, and eye appeal. A flawless surface with blazing red copper color can command impressive premiums. In modern coinage, the difference between MS66 and MS68 can mean thousands of dollars. Now let us discuss mint errors, the real game changers. Modern coins are produced at incredibly high speeds. Even with advanced technology, mistakes happen. And when they do, collectors pay attention. Some known and sought-after errors on 2019 Lincoln cents include double die errors, where the design appears doubled due to misalignment during the hubbing process. If you see clear doubling on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's features, you could be holding something special. Off-center strikes, where the coin design is not properly aligned, leaving part of the blank planchet visible. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a blanking error at the mint. Die cracks and cuts, raised lines or blobs of metal caused by damaged dies. Wrong planchet errors. Extremely rare cases where a penny design is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. Each of these errors can significantly increase a coin's desirability and market value, especially when authenticated and graded by a reputable service. But here is the critical point many people miss: not every error is valuable. Minor machine doubling or post-mint damage does not qualify. Scratches, environmental damage, or discoloration after circulation will not increase value. Knowledge separates the serious seller from the hopeful dreamer. Now imagine this scenario: you are going through a jar of spare change. You pull out a bright red 2019 penny. It has no mint mark. It looks nearly perfect. Under magnification, you notice unusually sharp details and strong luster. Perhaps even a subtle but clear doubling in the lettering. Instead of tossing it back, you decide to research. You compare it carefully to verified examples. You submit it for grading. Weeks later, the coin returns in a protective slab with a high mint state grade and recognition of a legitimate mint error. Suddenly, that 1 cent coin becomes a 4-figure or even 5-figure asset. This is why collectors and investors carefully inspect modern coins. While older coins like early wheat cents often receive more attention, modern high-grade coins can be surprisingly scarce. Billions may be produced, but only a tiny fraction survive in top condition. The 2019 Philadelphia mintage was enormous. However, very few examples achieve ultra-high grades because modern coins often suffer nicks and contact marks during bulk handling and distribution. Coins are stored in large bags and transported in heavy containers. Tiny abrasions occur instantly. That is why a flawless example becomes rare. Market demand also plays a role. The Lincoln Cent series has one of the largest collector bases in the United States. Many collectors attempt to build complete date and mint mark sets in the highest possible grades. Registry set competitions drive prices higher for top pop coins, those with the highest certified grades and lowest population numbers. When demand meets extreme condition rarity, prices can escalate quickly. If you are serious about selling coins for top dollar, here are key steps you should follow. First, never clean your coin. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and dramatically reduces value. Even light polishing can turn a potential treasure into a damaged coin. Second, use magnification. A simple 10x loupe can reveal details invisible to the naked eye. Third, compare carefully. Study verified examples from reputable auction houses. Learn to distinguish true doubled dies from machine doubling. Fourth, consider professional grading if your coin appears exceptional. Authentication builds trust with buyers and opens access to serious markets. Fifth, understand timing. Coin markets fluctuate. Sometimes modern-era coins spike in popularity due to social media exposure or registry competition. Remember, success in coin collecting is not about luck. It is about patience, education, and disciplined action. The beauty of searching for valuable pennies is that the cost of entry is almost nothing. You already use them. They already pass through your hands. Every trip to the grocery store, every roll from the bank, every forgotten jar could contain opportunity. Most people overlook modern coins. They assume new equals worthless. But informed collectors know better. The 2019 no-mint mark Lincoln Cent stands as proof that even in the modern era, extraordinary value can emerge from ordinary currency. Imagine telling your family that the penny they almost ignored turned into a life-changing payday. Imagine funding an investment, paying off debt, or building a legacy from knowledge applied consistently. This is why awareness matters. Start today. Check your change. Look carefully at every 2019 penny. Pay attention to condition, color, and strike quality. Separate the average from the exceptional, and remember, not every coin will be valuable. In fact, most will not. But it only takes one remarkable example to change everything. Collectors across America continue searching. Dealers monitor auctions. Investors analyze population reports. The market is alive and active.